Hello friends, how are you? Fine? Good. So today we are going, this is our last class on Francis Bacon as an essayist. So we have seen many points. Now today we will see his knowledge of materia medica of Tudor times. He knew that also. He was not a physician, not an apothecary, but he knew about the practices or what the physicians do when patients approach them for different reasons, of course. So the materia medica, from there you have got this quotation. I mean, it reflects his knowledge of materia medica. Quotation: you may take sarsa to open the liver, steel to open the spleen, flower of sulfur for the lungs, castoreum for the brain, but no receipt openeth the heart but a true friend. This is from Of Friendship. So there is a sweep of prescriptions, we can say, for ailment of liver, for brain, for your lungs and for your spleen, but no remedy will open your heart except a friend, a true friend. That is from Of Friendship. His comparisons, his imagery, they are delightful and fresh. For example, from Of Marriage and Single Life, you will find one. Charity will hardly water the ground where it must first fill a pool. Pool. What does that mean? Charity will hardly water the ground where it must first fill the pool. That means without looking after yourself, you cannot do charity to others. That is the thing. First, it is you have to fulfill your needs. You have to meet your needs, needs of your family. Only then you can look after the affairs of the other people. And then he says, men who hold on to business with failing powers. That he compares the freshness of his imagery, like old townsmen that will be still sitting at their street door, though thereby they offer age to scorn. You have seen old people, they are sitting at their door, watching for people. Very old, infirm, cannot even stand. So then people will look at such people and say, is this old age? They look down upon old age, not old people, old age. Wrinkled face, toothless gums, unable to see, weak eyes and grey hair, all those. Understand that? So this opening the age to scorn, that's the thing. In manufacturing and commerce, he thought the Low Countries had the best means above the ground in the world. The best that is from of seditions and troubles. And then here his metaphors are splendid. There's a splendid metaphor of vicissitude of things. And he says, the great winding that bury all things in oblivion, means forgetfulness, oblivion, are two, deluges and earthquakes. After deluges means floods and earthquakes, many of the things before that will vanish from your memory. That is into oblivion, he says. Lady Anne Bacon, his mother, commented on her son's writings, enigmatic gilded writing. Enigmatic gilded writing. He said Hamlet's mind is enigmatic. That means difficult to understand. So enigmatic gilded writing, that's what she said about her son's writings. And then he says, essays are, you find, most quotable quotes, isn't it? Like Shakespeare, as valuable as Shakespeare's, or even more than that. Even more than that. Understand? Quotes as great as Shakespeare. From in Of Adversity, he says, the virtue of prosperity is temperance. The virtue of adversity is fortitude. Hold on or something. When you are rich, you have plenty, then be moderate. Practice moderation, temperance. But when you are in trouble, when you are every day, when misfortunes come to you, not in singles but in battalions, then what do? We practice fortitude, courage to withstand and fight against it of adversity. It's a poor center of a man's actions, himself. How do you do? Of wisdom for a man's self. It's a poor center of a man's actions, and what is that center? Himself. From the essay of wisdom for a man's self. And it had been an opinion that the French are wiser than they seem, and the Spaniards seem wiser than they are. The fact is that the French are wiser than the Spaniards are comparatively less. But they seem to be wiser, Spaniards. That is from the essay of seeming wise. In sickness, respect health, and in health, says, and in health, actions. Balanced statement. In sickness, respect health. Whatever the doctor says, you should obey. But what about in health, actions? Don't sleep. Don't waste your time. Understand? That is of regiment of health. Then, for a crowd is not company, and faces are but gallery of pictures. Talk, but a tingling symbol where there is no love or friendship. What is the essence of friendship? Faces are just pictures. Crowd is not a company. And then talk is only, say for example, you are standing in the railway station, you see many people, they talk. They say, you see many people, they talk. There's a crowd. That's not your, there's no love, and so you cannot say that they are your friends from of friendship. And then they have got, in fact, his beliefs were very interesting. He was an imperialist, not a democrat, not at all. Not a democrat, he's imperialist. He believed in rank, dignities, and he thought that ruling is the birthright of nobility. So you can say here he was a supporter of the divine rights of kings. That is the rule, he says. He believed in, also he wanted to be respected by others. Dignity, nobility. He himself was Baron Verulam, Viscount St. Albans. So two titles here. He was Lord Chancellor, the keeper of the great seal. So he was always in the high, you can say, at the society's higher levels, you say. Higher levels. That may be one reason I told you, he was not familiar with the dramatists of those days, even Shakespeare. Because the dramatists of those days and the players were considered as vagabonds. And how can a person who holds such an office come down and talk to a person like Shakespeare? But of course, later on, history proved that both are equal, and Shakespeare is more equal. Isn't it? Yes, that's the thing. So, he was tolerance, he believed in tolerance. And he had it in ample measure, in good measure here. He was frankly Machiavellian. He was religious, but not above the political morality of those days. Religious he was, no doubt about that. He was a good man. Only a good spirit, a good man can write such essays. Understand? These essays, it should be the, it should come out from the mind of a good man. Basically, intrinsically good person. So inherently he was good. That's not doubt about it. Ben Jonson wrote about him, greatness that was only proper to himself. The word greatness that is only proper to Francis Bacon is one of the greatest men, worthy of admiration. His essays, they come home to men's business and bosoms. With this we wind up. I have given you 8 lectures, but of course short. You can go through that. Paragraph questions you can use, essay questions you can use. Even if you further develop this, it can be a dissertation for your post-graduation. Or 58 essays if you study in detail and then this analyze and so on, I think it could even be considered as a thesis for your PhD. Understand? That's what I think. Okay. So once again you can see what we have done today is knowledge of materia, medica of Tudor times that we saw in all friendship. His imagery, fresh and delightful imagery. His sentences are quotable quotes. His mother said his writings enigmatic, gilded writings. And a man, he was an imperialist, frankly Machiavellian, no democrat. Nobility should rule according to him. He was religious, he was a good man. Okay. And these quotations, half a dozen of them, in fact 8 quotations today we have taken, and those are: you may take sarsa to open the river, steel to open the spleen, flower of sulfur for the lungs, castoreum for the brain, but no receipt, open of the heart, but a true friend. But no receipt, no, and no. Open up the heart, but a true friend. So the importance of a true friend. Next one, charity will hardly water the ground where it must first fill a pond of marriage and single life. 3, like old townsmen that will be still sitting at the street door, though thereby they offer age to scorn. Look at the old people and they have, what is this all this? Why should this old man sit like this? You should not, of course, do that. That's another thing. The great windings that bury all things in oblivion are two, deluge and earthquakes of vicissitude of things. 5th one, the virtue of prosperity is temperance, the virtue of adversity is fortitude of adversity. And 6th one, it's a poor center of man's actions, himself. We should consult others. Yes. Next, of wisdom for a man's self. Then 7th one, in sickness, respect health principally, and in health, action of regiment of health. And the last one, for a crowd is not company, and faces are but a gallery of pictures, and talk but a tingling symbol, where there is no love. Okay, coming back to this, Ben Jonson said, greatness that was only proper to himself. Ben Jonson. Greatness that was only proper to himself. According to Ben Jonson. There are many other quotations, but he was a contemporary of Francis Bacon. I think we have it was a fruitful, this journey that we started. I think this journey is very fruitful for you. I have collected good material from this. I told you now, I have based all my lectures, 8 lectures, on the introduction given to Francis Bacon's essays by Mary Augusta Scott. That edition is, I think, is worthwhile. If you can get it, it's very good. You must go through. And so it is fully annotated. Fully annotated means should not think that like Some books you are given paraphrase, not like that. It's not right, but it's a standard edition. So if you can get it, it's well and good. So bye friends, hope you have benefited from my lectures. With this optimistic note, I am saying for the time being bye, and I plan to take the next one is Christopher Marlowe and his drama Dr. Faustus. So till then, bye. Have a nice time. Have a nice time. Enjoy your life. Take things easy.